Okay, let's just be real for a second. Growing on Instagram these days can feel, well, impossible, right? But what if you had a consultant's actual playbook? The stuff that's working right now, not last year. That's exactly what we're doing today. We are going to walk through the definitive guide for growing your Instagram in 2026. So let's just dive right in.
Does this feel familiar? You're posting, you're creating what you think is really great content, but that follower count, it just isn't moving. It's like you're shouting into the void. If that's you, trust me, I get it. The good news, we're about to swap all that frustration for a super clear, actionable strategy that actually gets results.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to decode the new algorithm rules. Then, we'll master the art of the viral hook. This is so important. After that, we'll build out your perfect 4-pillar content plan, sprinkle in some really powerful growth tactics, and finally, we'll cover how to protect your account from the dreaded shadow ban.
All right, first things first. You can't win the game if you don't know the rules, right? The Instagram algorithm has fundamentally changed, and just understanding how it works now is going to be your biggest advantage.
Think of it like this. Instagram basically has 2 different audiences for your content. You've got your connected reach. These are your current followers, the people who already know and love you. But the real growth, the secret sauce, is in the unconnected reach. This is how you find people who have no idea who you are yet, and the algorithm looks for totally different signals to decide who to show your content to in each group. Now, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this slide. For years, we were all obsessed with likes. But in 2026, the new king of engagement is the share. Specifically, when someone sends your post to a friend in a DM. To Instagram, that's the ultimate sign of quality. It tells the algorithm, hey, this is so good, it needs to be seen by more people. That is the signal that gets you in front of new audiences.
Okay, so if getting shares is the goal, how do you actually make content that people want to send to their friends? Well, it all starts and ends in the first 3 seconds. You have got to stop the scroll. And the way you do that is by crafting a hook they literally can't ignore.
Just look at this number for a second. 50%. That means half, literally half of your potential audience is gone in the time it takes to blink if you don't grab them immediately. This is why your hook isn't just a nice to have, it's everything.
So how in the world do we beat that 50% drop-off? We use a technique the pros use called hook stacking. Instead of just hoping one thing grabs their attention, we layer 3 hooks on top of each other. So you've got a verbal hook they hear, a visual hook they see, and a written hook they read, all hitting them in those first 3 seconds. It's almost impossible to ignore. Here's a brilliant example of a psychological trigger I call the specificity effect. Saying something like, if you get bloated, is fine. It's generic. But this hyper-specific, super relatable moment, it makes the exact right person stop in their tracks and think, oh my gosh, that is so me. You've just built an instant, powerful connection. And here's another killer formula, time frame tension. You take a massive result and you squeeze it into a crazy short time frame. It creates this massive curiosity gap. The viewer can't help but think, wait, how is that even possible? I have to find out how they did that. It gives them hope that they can do it too.
Awesome hooks get people to pay attention, but a really solid strategic content plan is what gets them to follow you and eventually become a loyal customer. This is the engine that's going to drive all of your growth.
The absolute key to a great content plan is balance. And for a small business, this is the magic ratio you should be aiming for. Notice the biggest chunk, 40%, is pure value. Just teaching, helping, and serving your audience. Then you weave in relatable content to connect and behind-the-scenes content to build trust. And see that little sliver? Only 15% is for selling. You have to earn the right to promote.
So let's make this real. For value, you could do a quick tutorial. For relatable, you could share a funny, common frustration everyone in your niche deals with. Behind the scenes could be a peek at how you make your product. And then for promotional, you can announce a new drop or share a glowing customer review. See how this mix builds a real community, not just a list of buyers? All right, your content engine is built and it's running smoothly. Now let's talk about pouring some fuel on that fire. These are the tactics that act as growth accelerators.
Listen, if you take away one tactic today, it's this. If you are not using Instagram collabs, you are leaving so much reach on the table. We're talking 2.5 times more reach on average than a regular post. Why? Because you're instantly and organically tapping into someone else's entire audience. It's a no-brainer.
And the best part is, it's ridiculously easy to do. You just make your reel or post like you normally would, but right before you share, instead of just tagging them, you hit Invite Collaborator. They accept, and boom, the post shows up on both of your profiles, sharing all the likes, comments, and views.
This next one is all about turning casual viewers into die-hard fans. Think of series content as creating your own little mini TV show. It gives people a reason to come back again tomorrow because they're invested. They don't want to miss the next episode.
And you can do this no matter what your business is. You could do a daily series, like a 30-day challenge, or a progress update series showing the journey of building something new, or maybe a Tuesday tip series where you share one key lesson every single week. It literally trains your audience to look for your content.
Okay, let's tackle the scary one, the topic that causes so much anxiety and confusion, the shadow ban. What is it really? And more importantly, what do you do if you think it's happening to you?
First, let's just demystify this. A shadow ban is just a catchy name for when Instagram's system temporarily puts the brakes on your content's visibility, usually because it's flagged something as suspicious. The key word there is temporary. It just means your posts won't show up for new people for a little while. And here's the best part. You don't have to guess anymore. Instagram now tells you straight up if there are any restrictions on your account. You just go into your settings and tap Account Status. That page is your single source of truth. If it says you're in the clear, you are not shadow banned, period. Now, if your account status does show an issue, do not panic. Here is your 4-step recovery plan. Step 1. Just stop. No posting, no liking, no commenting. Go completely dark for 48 to 72 hours. Step 2. Go into your settings and revoke access to any third-party apps you're using. Step 3. Archive or delete any of the specific posts that Instagram has flagged for you. And finally, Step 4. Slowly, gradually start posting again with your best, safest, high-quality content.
And that's it. You have the new rules, the content strategy, the growth tactics, and a protection plan. This is your complete 2026 playbook. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?